This message is for anyone out there that perhaps may be lacking encouragement, that perhaps may be lacking direction, that perhaps may be lacking, lack of confidence. Whatever the case may be, this message will help you and it will strengthen you. Why do I say that? Because everything that I point you to, it comes straight from the Bible. And I want to talk to you about a short passage that we find in the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 52. Luke chapter 2, verse 52. Jesus is our perfect example, y'all. Our perfect example. It's not the president, it's not, the most famous person. No, it's Jesus. And we got to get that right. It's Jesus. He's our perfect example to follow. And we find in there something that is going to make you analyze yourself, make you evaluate yourself. And I'm going to read it for you. Look what it says, Luke chapter 2, verses 52. And it says, Jesus increased in wisdom and stature. In other words, as Jesus was growing physically, he was also growing spiritually. How does that sound? How does that land in your life? How does that, pricks the heart? How does that make someone feel? I know some people may be like, wow, I'm lacking on this area big time. Others may be like, I'm actually doing really good in this area. Others may be like, I need to find time to grow in this area. Others may be like, I don't have the time to invest in this area. Whatever the case may be, Jesus is our perfect example. Okay? Number one, because he increased in wisdom. His spiritual life was there. And it was number one priority. And then, of course, physically, he continued to grow. We're talking about the younger days of Jesus in his teenage days. I believe around here, Jesus was 12, maybe 13, somewhere in that area. And then he says Jesus grew in favor with God and people. Jesus grew in favor with God, number one, and people, number two. Okay? So I'm all about encouraging people to grow. Grow. And you should. And I will continue to encourage you to grow. Because we should not be where we were a year ago. We should not be where we were 6 months ago. In fact, 3 months ago. Or even a month. We should not. We as Christ people, the Lord's people, we should be being nurtured. We should be growing. We should be making huge steps towards this spiritual area in our lives. Many of us work in, corporate world, and many of us do great. We excel. We are so smart. We get promoted, right? Because they see that potential in us in a corporate world. And that's the way it should be also with your soul. You should be excelling. You should be making big moves with your spiritual life. Don't neglect your spiritual life. Don't put that to the side and concentrate on this world. I know many do that. Many make the mistake to focus on the success of this world, but leave their soul starving. They don't think there is a need for that spiritual life in them. And they don't even think there's a need to be right with the Lord because they are so involved with the success of this world. And let me tell you what, that's a tragedy. Because when it's time for each one of us to leave this world, what are you going to take with you? Is all that success that you have, is it going to be taken with you? The answer is not. Is all that famous or popularity that you have, are you taking that with you? The answer is no. All that money that you have been banking because you make a lot of money at work or whatever it may be your career that helps you get there, are you taking that with you? The answer is no. Job said it this way: naked I came into this world, and naked I will go back from this world. The Lord gives, but also the Lord takes away. Once we're gone, we don't take none of that with us, y'all. So Jesus is our perfect example because he made his spiritual life number one priority, despite of everything else that he did. And he was young, and he already knew that. Some of us reach the age of 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, even 60, even 70. Some of us still don't get it right. But here we have a 12-year-old giving us a great example of what we should be doing, what we should be focusing on, what we should be making our number one priority. And that priority should be our spiritual life. That is one thing that will go with us. The only one thing. Everything else stays here. Stays here. But your spiritual life goes with you, because that is your relationship with the Lord. And Jesus says, he who believes in me, even though he dies, what? Shall live. Amen to that. God bless you. I hope that these words of encouragement is helping someone out there. I don't know their hearts. I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're going through, but I know the Lord's word will never come back empty. It's going to accomplish that which he purposes in his heart. God bless you. Stay strong. Don't neglect this right here. Don't neglect it. Feed your soul. Feed your soul. God bless.